Government's first duty is to protect the people, not run their lives. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Peace is not the absence of conflict, it is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. Virtually all of us as Americans trace our history back to immigrants from distant lands, men and women who came to America with a firm willingness to work, asking only freedom. There is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Surround yourself with the best people you can find, delegate authority, and don't interfere. It's hard, when you're up to your armpits in alligators, to remember you came here to drain the swamp. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. The time is now, my fellow Americans, to recapture our destiny, to take it into our own hands. All great change in America begins at the dinner table. Social Security has nothing to do with the deficit. Preservation of our environment is not a liberal or conservative challenge, it's common sense. To sit back hoping that someday, someway, someone will make things right is to go on feeding the crocodile, hoping he will eat you last, but eat you he will. Entrepreneurs and their small enterprises are responsible for almost all the economic growth in the United States. If we ever forget that we are one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under. There are no constraints on the human mind, no walls around the human spirit, no barriers to our progress except those we ourselves erect. If America is to offer greater economic opportunity to her citizens, if she's to defend our freedom, democracy, and keep the peace, then our children will need wisdom, courage, and strength, virtues beyond their reach without education. In the words of Thomas Jefferson, if a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be. We're blessed with the opportunity to stand for something, for liberty and freedom and fairness, and these are things worth fighting for, worth devoting our lives to. There are no easy answers, but there are simple answers. We must have the courage to do what we know is morally right. A people free to choose will always choose peace. There are no great limits to growth because there are no limits to human intelligence, imagination and wonder. While I take inspiration from the past, like most Americans, I live for the future. Trust but verify. Without a vision the people perish. Don't be afraid to see what you see. Don't be afraid to see what you see. Heroes may not be braver than anyone else, they're just braver 5 minutes longer. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted, it belongs to the brave. Freedom is one of the deepest and noblest aspirations of the human spirit. Live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly, leave the rest to God.